boy, Drip Millionz, taking over.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Oh, wait a minute. Someone's here with us. Drinking his tea and everything.
What is up, family? How are we all doing? It's great to see everyone tonight.
Millions?
I'm hijacking the MSS AMA tonight. It's going to be an absolute belter. It's going to be an absolute freaking belter. We've got the dream team in the house tonight. We've got Crypto Cuban. We've got Aaron, and we've got Peter, the arborist. And I just want to say, guys, before we really jump into things, I'm a man who likes to show some gratitude every single day. I'm big on that. And I just want to show some sincere gratitude to the work you guys are doing for MSS, bringing the education, bringing the knowledge, breaking everything down. Because MSS, I think I'd be safe to say, is not your typical ROI DApp. It's the thinking man's ROI DApp. There's a lot to break down. And I think, you know, it's definitely for the higher IQ of ROI DApp users. So thank you for everything you guys are doing. And it's awesome to be on with you guys tonight.
Thanks. Really appreciate that.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, and just so everybody knows, this is a simulcast going on today. We're simulcasting all over the place. So welcome everybody from all the channels. It's exciting to see the mint stake share price going up. And going up for several days in a row now. Aaron, Mike, we really appreciate you guys dropping the knowledge, the scenarios, and hell, the hair is perfect again today. So here we go. Millionz, this is your show today, man. We're here to hang out with you. You and I chatted earlier, and just whatever you want to talk about, take it away. And Mike and Aaron, man, they're the superstars of the show. I'm here to help out and keep things going.
So I think I'd like to kick off the proceedings with a question. And it's a question that I think maybe if people have sort of been watching from the outside and, you know, kind of passively taking in what's going on with MSS right now, it's a question that might be on a lot of people's lips. So we have the imminent lending launch coming up soon with the MoonYield platform. So what would you say to someone if they said, well, look, why should I get involved in MoonYield? Like, why don't I just get some MSS and just sell it? You know, that's how I build up a bag and I just sell my MSS. Why would I not do that? Why would I go in to MoonYield? What would be the benefits of doing that?
Great question.
Is this just up for anybody? Do we raise our hand? Do we have a buzzer?
No, this is up to everyone. Yeah, there's no rules. So, I'm an anarcho-capitalist. There are no rules as long as everyone's happy and no one's hurting each other. So yeah, look, whoever wants to go.
Awesome. Well, I would say that really it's in order to extend the term of your gains. You know, if you go ahead and sell your MSS, that's kind of instant gratification. And I know that's great. Awesome. But what if you could delay your gratification just a little bit, but to expand your potential earnings X amounts? Okay. So when you sell your MSS, you make just that solid amount, you know, and that's what you make. But if you were to go ahead and take out an MUSD loan, you could not only extend those gains, but the fact that MSS is a 1% a day, 2% compound platform means that you could essentially feed this position 1% a day and never need to sell that asset, but you're still getting rewarded in assets that you can sell. You can sell the MUSD, and that's great. You can also sell the MoonShare token. So it just gives you a little bit more options. Also, all these tokens have their own liquidity pools. So, you know, selling one does not hurt the other. So it gives you an opportunity to extend your gains long term and also be able to build on those without taking so much out of your pocket, because you have that MSS stake to kind of just keep on feeding into those assets. So I think it's a great system. If it's truly adopted and it gets a lot of participation, it's going to be very successful, I believe.
I absolutely love that. So before, I know Peter and Aaron, you maybe have something to add to that, but would you say it's fair to say it's like, say for example, you buy a house and you live in that house and you sell the house, you know, at a gain, or you buy the house and you rent the house out and you have sort of an income stream coming from the rental? I mean, I know about this because I'm a landlord myself, but you also benefit from the potential of the escalation of the price of the house whilst receiving income. Would that be like a fair comparison?
I think so.
Very close. Yeah, very close.
Yes.
I would say this is kind of like a DeFi Airbnb that we've got going on here. It's a DeFi rental asset, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you don't have to sell and you can still make money off of it, not in one way but multiple ways, and Aaron can definitely give a very good explanation of how to do it in this protocol that's coming up. But when you don't have to sell the underlying asset, once that clicks with the user, that's when it really drives home of, man, there's a lot of potential in this protocol, and a lot of, shall we say, long-term potential in this protocol, Millionz. And that's, you and I have had talks about that many times before. There's great value, and that goes deep.
I think one of the great things about it is that it gives more flexibility to the users. So I think our staking, our core staking is a really great offering that we have, but I think some people might not be as comfortable having 100% of their assets locked up. So to give them the flexibility to say, okay, well, you got your stable 1% claim, 2% compound staking and the core protocol, but also you have something that you can earn amazing APRs, but it's more flexible in that you can withdraw your assets if you ever decide to do so. So to have a nice range of deposits throughout the whole ecosystem kind of gives you the best of both worlds.
For sure.
Yep.
I mean, there's definitely one hell of an ecosystem sort of building here for MSS, and I love the way that it's based around MSS being the sort of the center of things, which I think is freaking awesome. And I just want to chuck out there right now that the MSS price is around 2.5 cents. So we are up, and it's really crazy that was the exact number we were talking about when throwing out some of the calculations before. So is it prophecy? I don't know. Is it, but either way, it's great to see the sort of upward price, and that people, if they want to get involved, one of the easiest ways to get involved is obviously to have MSS and to lock that MSS up in the lending protocol and to extract value from the MSS without having to physically sell it. Because, I mean, that's one thing that's been a massive game changer for me over the last sort of few years. I mean, like I said, I'm a man who shows daily gratitude, and crypto and DeFi has completely changed my life to the point where I can now follow my passions and pursuits and my family full time. And one of the big things for me is being involved in protocols where I don't have to sell my principal, So it's like, being a landlord, for example, I don't have to sell my property to get value from my property. Yeah, that comes in monthly, and I've mentioned many times before things like, privilege club, stable swap, that sort of thing, where you can earn yield off of your principal and you never have to actually physically sell the principal. So it is, for me, it's a great thing to see that we can actually start to extract value from MSS without damaging MSS and without having to actually sell our tokens, which is freaking awesome. So big shout out on that one.
Yeah, I can tell you this, Millionz. Aaron and Mike brought up a point that even resonated with me even more the other night in the last AMA, is just exactly in this protocol, how much MSS is going to be needed for this protocol to function and flow. And they can obviously say it a whole lot better than me. But Millionz, if you want to kind of go back and forth with them on that, that is the absolute bullish part about this. And when that resonates with you, it's like, wow, we are about to see a price explosion on this. And that is just, I mean, that almost give you chills to think about the potential of that. So, I mean, I'm telling you, Mike and Aaron, y'all don't realize that you had a home run the other night talking about that, because there was people screenshotting that one part of the AMA and they were like, ooh, man, I mean, that got all kind of traffic today.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think it's that crazy to think that we'll have, you know, a couple 100,000 or even 500,000 MUSD borrowed on day one. So 500,000 MUSD borrowed needs, you know, even with a low margin of safety, it would still need like $750,000 of MSS locked up. Like that is a lot of MSS, right? Like our whole market cap is only 820K right now. So just do the math on that one, right? Like having 750K of MSS locked up, you know, the price has to be much higher than it is right now. There's just not enough MSS in the wild to support that at this price.
Right.
It comes to supply and demand. Go on, Mike.
No, I was going to say I totally agree. Yeah. I mean, I said it before, you know, once the APRs and the opportunity is very clear in print and described, you know, right in front of you on the MoonYield site, people are really going to start feeling the need to get even more MSS than what they're able to claim from their stakes. You know, people have become very comfortable with just kind of looking at their stake and saying, okay, I'm getting 1% a day here, but they don't feel that FOMO yet. You know, but I think the MoonYield platform is going to lend itself to generating that hype again. So definitely get as much MSS as you possibly can.
For sure. I mean, right now, you know, personally, again, not financial advice, never is, but I am currently stacking up my MSS in my wallet, so to speak. I'm not claiming, I'm not compounding, I'm just building that up all the way up to the day of the lending. So I've got, you know, as much as possible to get involved with. So I'm super pumped about getting involved in that. Before we go any further, my good gentlemen, I'm just going to say we've got tons of comments coming in here. So I don't know if you want to have a quick look on your end and I'll have a quick look on my end, and maybe we can address some of these comments, because we've definitely got some questions in here as well.
Hey guys, while you're scanning the comments, for the giveaway, the hashtag is #Millionz. I put it in the comments.
Well, I got to start the tool first.
I started, Aaron.
Oh, you started? Okay.
I got you covered.
And stand by, guys, because you know we've got a big giveaway coming today as well. So you definitely don't want to miss that.
Sweet.
So yeah, if you find a question first, guys, pop it up on the screen. I'm just having a quick look through now.
Yeah, we got a couple on our side here.
I've got
I love the one that I Love Quibbly says right here, that it's much better than renting a property as it's a 0% loan. And that's very true. You know, 0% interest on that loan. That is pretty badass.
Yep.
That is awesome. And I can add to that is that MSS is not going to call you at 3 p.m. because the boiler's broke.
That is true.
Hey, no promises.
Very true.
All right. So we got this comment here. Afternoon, fellas. I had a question I think I missed with, will MUSD be pegged with BNB, USDC, or the lending protocol itself to keep peg or liquidity, if I'm understanding correctly? Thanks. So MUSD is pegged to the US dollar, or like a US stable coin. It's going to be paired with USDC. In terms of keeping pegged, there's a lot of mechanics in place to kind of take care of that. You know, it goes beyond your typical like algorithmic stablecoin, because there's actual hard peg mechanics. So, you know, for example, if MUSD is under peg, there's a redemption aspect to the protocol where you can buy MUSD on the open market. Say it's like 60 cents, for example. You could buy MUSD at 40% discount at 60 cents, and then you could trade that in at the protocol for $1 worth of MSS. So because of that, you're financially incentivized to buy on the open market whenever it's under peg. So which basically is, you know, a hard peg mechanic to keep it at peg. And when it's, you know, I think it's very likely to be over peg, especially early on. That's when it's a great time to borrow MUSD and sell it on the open market, right? Like this is something that you should actively be selling if it's over peg, right? Because it's like I give you $100 bill and you can get $120 for it, right? Of course you're gonna take that, right?
So absolutely. And one cool thing that I like about the platform, and we've mentioned this a couple times, is that these mechanics that are in place in order to assist the peg either one way or another, it doesn't necessarily happen automatically. It creates the opportunity for the user And then the user is incentivized to then follow up on that action that not only helps the protocol itself as a whole, but also helps that user as well financially by generating more rewards, by giving that user a particular claim or some sort of incentive in order for performing that action. So it's really interesting the way that everything kind of works together to not only benefit the platform, but to benefit all users.
And actually, something else I wanted to add to this, it kind of actually ties in with the next question we got here. So I'll just pull that up first. Scott Brown says, my dilemma is, do I spend my BNB on MUSD on the 18th or get MSS now? I missed the pre-sale. Would love to hear your insights. Thank you. So this perfectly touches on the next thing I wanted to add to that previous question. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to get MUSD for the stability pool. Now, the only two ways to get MUSD is going to be to swap to it or to borrow with MSS. So initially, the liquidity is not going to be huge on day one. So the demand for people to get into MUSD is going to drive up the peg. When the peg gets driven up, it really incentivizes everybody to borrow MUSD, right? And whether you want to deposit that to stability pool or you want to sell it in order to just bring the peg down, it's really just going to take a massive amount of MSS to get enough MUSD circulating to be able to facilitate that demand, right? So, and how that ties into this question is, I can't understate how much MSS is going to be required to be locked up in order to borrow the amount of MUSD that needs to be in circulation. So, I still think MSS price is still very low compared to, where it's going to be. In order to get that amount of MUSD into circulation. So short answer is a MSS.
So yeah, I was going to say, the dilemma, do I spend BNB on MUSD or get MSS now? I mean, get all the MSS that you can right now. I mean, this price more than likely is not going to be around forever. Just a week ago, we were down maybe 20-25% from where we are right now. So it's come up a pretty good amount right now coming into launch. Once the actual action goes into play and this liquidity is actually entered into the platform, that is when the potential for some real appreciation and some real fireworks comes into play, is that when that launch actually takes place and people are actually moving their MSS into the platform. Really excited to see what kind of action that's going to bring.
Yeah, we're closing in on 10% gain in 24 hours, and that, Mike, you're right. That is definitely good to see. The market, the liquidity's picking up too, so people are definitely getting excited on this. Most definite.
I think it's going to be a slow burner as well as I said before. It's like it's not your typical ROI DApp in where, I mean, MSS to some degree can be set and forget if you want to kind of play it like that. Obviously, you have to interact with the protocol every 7 days to keep the rewards coming. But there are so many different ways you're going to be able to play this that people are still learning. And I think that's what's important about, AMAs like this and the ones that you guys have been doing, for the past sort of couple of weeks, which is giving people time to realize, the potential of what's coming for this protocol. So, freaking awesome. And before we go on to the next question, because I don't know whether it's my MacBook, it's having a little bit of a meltdown. It's not letting me post the question. So might have to leave that to you guys to do that. For some reason, it won't do it at my end. But I did want to say, I know we just covered, some of the benefits of going into lending rather than, say, just dumping your MSS. Can you give me an example of for example, if you sold a certain amount of MSS or if you put a certain amount of MSS into lending to extract value, how much would you save on like fees or, anything like that? I know there's a sell tax of 9% on MSS. Is there like an example you can give the viewers in terms of like a real world example? Like if you sold 1,000 MSS or if you put 1,000 into lending to extract, what would be the difference? What would be the difference in that scenario?
I mean, I think to answer that properly involves quite a bit of speculation on, prices of different assets and things of that nature. But, obviously, if you sell MSS, you're selling it at the current price right now. You're paying the sell tax. If you deposit that into lending and borrow MUSD against it, you still have that MSS. I think that the demand on MSS is going to be a lot higher than what a lot of people are thinking right now. So I think that's going to be very bullish for the price. So I think MSS is something where you actually want to keep that exposure to it, which is what you get to do with the lending protocol. Couple that with the fact that I think it's very likely that the MUSD peg will likely be over 1.0 at the beginning. You know, that's something where you can now extract even more money by selling your MUSD for more than $1. So I think especially early on, it's going to be, you know, I don't know if I can pull up any exact numbers, but it's going to be really lucrative to get into the lending protocol.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and of course, the APRs are going to be the highest. The APRs are going to be the highest at the start. And when you're talking about a platform launching that is going to be around for quite a while, those assets that go into the platform are going to gain more value the longer the platform is around. So we're talking about MUSD and MoonShare. And what's the easiest way to get your hands on MoonShare, for instance, is you can buy it. You know, buying it is awesome. Definitely everybody should do that. I have my own MoonShare bag. But also, if we're talking about highest APRs at the start, this means you can get your hands on these assets just by staking your MUSD. Just by participating in the platform, you can get your hands on MoonShare. And since the APRs are going to be so high right now, this means the more MoonShare you have, the APR doesn't necessarily need to be so high you to still be making, you know, significant yields on that asset. So you come in, you farm MoonShare, and you just build up a big old bag of MoonShare at, you know, let's say 1,000 APR, 2,000 APR. Once the APR goes down, as it naturally will do, to maybe 500, maybe 400, you're still going to have the potential to be generating that yield because you have so much of the underlying asset. So as the APR goes down, the more asset you have, your gains are going to just stay like right there. You'll be able to maintain those gains because you have so much of the asset, assuming that you're taking advantage right now and building up as much of those assets as you possibly can.
There's been several people that I've chatted with, a couple of buddies of mine, two of them bought a huge bag of MSS and they're keeping it on the side for lending. A couple of others, they're taking just a simple approach. They took their money and divided half in MSS, and they're waiting with BNB, like Mike was talking about, for when the platform kicks off again. They're going to buy some more MoonShare because they realize they've got to own as much of that as they possibly can to where those yields will stick around. So there's several different ways of the right way. It just depends on your goals on it, really and truly.
Sure.
Am I right in saying that the MoonShare token is going to be fairly scarce? Is that right? When it sort of when everything kicks off?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fixed supply.
Yeah, and the circulating supply is only starting at 4 million. The 2 million in the pre-sale and the 2 million to the pool, and then we have the emissions kicking off right when the protocol launches. But
so, Aaron, is that all? It's only going to be 4 million out into circulation. Everything else would be reserved for reward emissions.
Yeah, although I mean the reward emissions for the stability pool are already pre-programmed, so that will start like the block that the protocol launches. But yeah, in terms of like everything's basically rewards besides that 4 million that we're starting with.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That is very scarce in my opinion.
It's a low supply. Very low supply.
Chance to make money, guys. Just Aaron's giving us the dates. Make sure you're ready. Make sure you're on point on this, because how fast, man, I'll tell you, man, that pre-sale took too long, didn't it, Millions? It ran us all out of steam.
Wow. It just seemed to go on forever, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron brought up a good point that day. He said, if this pre-sale is any indication of the passion of this platform, man, the future is just absolutely bright. I mean, it's exciting. I mean, that's the first step. And Aaron's been working behind the scenes tirelessly, getting the rest of this done. And hey, it's been fabulous. Absolutely.
And Aaron, did we confirm that we're going to allow the MoonShare staking a little bit before the platform launches, or right when the platform? How is that going to work?
We'll have, so you will be able to stake your MoonShare in advance. So that way, like the second the protocol launches and everyone starts taking their MUSD loans, you'll be able to collect those, you know, the rewards from fees immediately.
Sweet.
Freaking awesome.
That's awesome.
can I just quickly, because I can see the chat, I just can't do much with the comments, which is a bit annoying. Oh, hold on. I think my Mac's maybe waking up a little bit. I just want to give a shout out to some of the people that are in the house right now. So we've got Matt in the house, we've got Ivan, we've got Bisto Kumwar in the house, Westside Ian, we've got our brother Blue Chip Drip. He's got a fresh
I see my boy Blue Chip in there.
Chip.
Yeah, he's in the house. And
Make them ladies dance, Blue Chip. Make them dance.
We've got Nick Van who oh man. Yeah, you're gonna test me with this one. Huellingen. I think I'm pronouncing that right. We've got Scott Brown, we've got John Timothy, we've got Carl Wund, we've got LCM in the house. Great to see you here, brother. And of course we've got Mason OOG, who's just put a couple of pretty good questions in the chat there. Michelle M. Big shout out to everyone for joining us tonight. This is a really freaking awesome stream so far. I'm having a great time. So it's great to have everyone here. And I'm going to keep on working on being able to put your comments on the screen. But for now, I'm going to leave it to these three gentlemen to do that. So, Peter, can I just ask, as we come into lending right now, what is something that's really important that you think that that people need to know in terms of getting involved? What is like something that is super important in your opinion?
So to me, Millionz, what's super important to understand from the average everyday investor, which I still consider myself to be, is that when you come in with your hard-earned money, you have potential of multiple income streams with this protocol. That's the key to it. And understand, without getting into very big terms, the scarcity of some of these tokens with the yield that you have the potential to earn and the price appreciation. That's what really stands out to me. And what's also my 83-year-old mother, who has her stack of MSS on the side waiting to go into lending, is she appreciates the fact that there's some. Hey, what's up, Thomas G? Good to see you, man.
Up?
Hey,
10 cents soon.
10 cents is on the way. Let's send it, everybody.
Thought that was too bullish to not throw up on the screen. So
That's right. That's right. Hey, and I will tell you this, Thomas G, I owe you a public appreciation, because if it was not for your YouTube channel, I would not have known a thing about this. So, man, keep pumping the videos out. Really appreciate you, man. And I hope you're making money off what I'm putting into it, because, man, I appreciate you. That's a shout out from me personally.
Yeah, great content, man. Great content.
Yeah.
And look, let's be real. We've seen 10 cent, we've seen 14 cent, and that was without lending. So maybe 10 cent isn't bullish enough. I don't know. We shall see.
Well, I'll leave you. I'll end it with this: is the amount of MSS that Aaron and Mike are educating everybody that's going to be needed. Man, it's going to look sweet, guys. I mean, it's going to look sweet. That Ric Flair with the bloodied face going, woo, man, that's going to be everywhere coming up.
That's your favorite gift, man. I got to say, that is your favorite gift. I see that every post that something bullish is going on, you're always posting up that Ric Flair gift. Man.
Oh, hey, man, that's me every day. Love,
that's
peace,
your
chicken
trademark.
grease, free flowing and easy going.
Yeah. I would definitely say that the one thing that people need to have in mind with this is that this is just the beginning. This is just the first platform that, Aaron has worked so hard on, and the features that he's worked so dutifully on in order to generate this for the community. There are things still left in the future. Like, this is just the first step. Then there will be the second, third, fourth, fifth, and 10th step eventually. So this is about the birth, the genesis of an ecosystem more than anything. Yeah, lending coming out is awesome, but this is just chapter 1 of MSS. I think the MSS staking platform was more like the prologue. That was just like generating the interest for the token. Now we're just going to explode that ecosystem for that token. Still lots of chapters left to be written for it.
very well said. And now with the lending protocol, expansions can focus on both the MSS token and the MUSD token, because
Yep.
as we all know, the more MUSD that needs to be in circulation, well, all of that's backed by minimum 130% value in MSS. So it's almost more bullish for MSS to do something that requires MUSD, although we'll likely do both in the future.
I think something that's important to know, Millions, is anybody with a big or a small bag is in the position to make great gains in this protocol. I mean, that cannot be stated enough.
Love that. Absolutely love that. Peter, could you do me a favor? Could you bring up the flow chart? And I think it was you that put it together, but yeah, can we bring up the flow chart, and can you talk everyone through what a typical strategy would be in terms of getting the most out, or potentially the most out of this lending protocol?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
That's the one.
Talking about this right here or the other one?
I was talking about this one, but either one, whatever one you think is going to be the most effective.
So everybody knows, as Aaron and Mike have taught us, that there's the 1% collect or buy, which a lot of people are collecting or buying MSS right now. And bear in mind on this, and Aaron makes me want to drink coffee since he's going to get coffee right now. But on this, there's 2 roads on this. And if you notice, there's yellow arrows and the green arrows. So if you take your MSS now, something that a lot of people are thinking is that you have to actually sell your MSS to go into lending. That's not the case. You merely deposit your MSS into the lending protocol, and then you get what's called MUSD. Now, on the collateral portion of it, Mike and Aaron are very articulate in the way they describe it. I'm gonna keep it simple for right now. And then once you get your MUSD, you put it into the sustainability pool, and once you stake it, as they said, the rest of MoonShare tokens are going to be for emissions from the stability pool. So once you stake it, you earn MoonShare. Then you can stake your MoonShare tokens, and your rewards come back in MUSD. And then that's where you can either deposit back into the stability pool, repay your loan. You can take some, put it back into the staking protocol, or you can take it and put it in your pocket. That's so really, it's a very simple chart. That's I threw that together real quick just to let everybody try to absorb that loop per se of steps you can go.
Yeah, that's a great chart right there. Very simple. A lot of people say that they don't want to get into lending because it's too complicated, but it's just really not. I don't see exactly where the complication is. Maybe when some users see like a percentage symbol come up, oh, percentage math. I don't know. It's just too hard. It's really not. You're just using your MSS for MUSD, stake it. Then you get MoonShare, stake it. And that's it. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's nothing more to it other than that. You can take profit along the way in any one of those tokens that you wish there. Nothing is locked up. There's no vesting period. You're not locked in for a month or 2 months or a year or anything. You are completely free to remove these tokens anytime you wish.
And Aaron brought up a really good point earlier, is that some people don't want to get into the staking protocol. Mike brought it up as well. You can go directly into this, and by buying MSS, putting it in here and going. Sorry, Mike, didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going.
No, I was going to say you're also saying something good too, but you don't necessarily. If you're concerned for MSS and you just want to get in with the MUSD, you can do that as well. But what that's going to do is if you buy MUSD without going through MSS, you are going to be incentivizing and creating an opportunity for people who have gone in with MSS. The higher that MUSD peg goes, the greater the incentive to utilize MSS to take out an MUSD loan, because you're just adding cherries on top of MSS users' sundaes, so to speak. The more MUSD peg goes up, the greater the opportunity for MSSers to take advantage.
Yeah, I think it's important to mention that early on, it will be important to, kind of check what the MUSD peg is looking like, right? So, people always talk about how can I take profit without hurting the protocol? What's the best way to take profit? Well, I'll tell you right now, if the MUSD peg is over 1, there is no better way to take profit than by selling MUSD. You're actually held on the protocol. You're getting more than $1 for your dollar. And that's definitely the best way to cash out, will be when MUSD is over peg. But at the same time, you don't want to be selling MUSD if it's under peg, because then you're just kind of not getting full value for yourself. So definitely, especially early on until liquidity is built up, definitely want to take a look at that before you do either of those things.
Yep. And if the MUSD peg is below $1, again, we're all talking about incentive. The platform will incentivize you to support the MUSD peg. So the lower it goes, the greater the incentive and the greater reward to the user.
Mike, something you and Aaron brought up the other day, there was a lot of questions of, can I just straight up buy MUSD? And both of you brought up a great point that, yeah, you can buy it, but you first have to use MSS to get MUSD. And then if someone swaps out of it, then is that a correct statement?
Not really. It's a decentralized liquidity pool, right? So you can buy without there being a seller, you can sell without there being a buyer, but we're going to create the liquidity at a perfect 1.0 peg. So I guess that's where it factors in what you said, right? Because you don't want to be if we're at a 1.0 peg, it's ideal to be a seller if it jumps to over 1.0 peg, which means somebody had to buy it, right, in order for that peg to jump, and vice versa, right?
But it takes MSS to create MUSD, correct?
I'm sorry?
It takes MSS to create MUSD, correct? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be, as soon as that there is MUSD in existence, there will be liquidity, and you will be able to swap into it or out of it.
Oh, 100%. Yes. 100%. Yes.
That was actually going to be a question I was going to throw out. Yeah, I was going to throw that out actually, in terms of, we know you can get into lending via MSS. We know that's the main route in. But I was going to actually ask, you're going to need MSS to even buy MUSD? Is that right?
You'll be able to swap in with anything.
Right. Okay.
Right, so MUSD is going to be paired with USDC, but if you want to enter it with BNB, it's just going to go through an extra pool basically to get that for you. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I get it. And can I just say, gentlemen, we have, I've just seen, in fact, that was actually about 20 minutes ago, 100 viewers. We've got 100 live viewers, which I think is freaking awesome. Absolutely awesome. I didn't have a great deal of time. Yeah, awesome. I didn't have a great deal of time to sort of promote it today, because it's difficult being here in the UK and everyone else being in such different time zones. But we managed to sort of get a time where we could all do it. So I think having that many live viewers is freaking amazing. So shout out to everyone who's on the stream right now. I'm having a great time. I hope you guys are as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to have a quick look through the comments, because we've no doubt got some more questions in here. If you gentlemen see any. Yeah. Do
you have the ability to hit that little star on the comments? Because we could probably throw it up on the screen. I don't know if you have that, if you see that little star to favorite it. I think only me and Peter can throw them up on the screen.
Right. Okay.
I'm not sure if
no, I can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Let's keep looking. If you guys see any questions, can you throw them up for me? And I'm going to continue trying to deal with this small tech issue that I've got here.
Millions, if you see a timestamp where a comment's from, let us know. We'll scroll to there.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
There's quite a few. I don't know, Peter, if you want to just start throwing some up there, we can.
Yeah. Start throwing them up, mate.
I think it's starting at like 1:15. We probably haven't handled anything since then. Or I guess that'd be 2:15 or 12:15. You and your weird central time.
Yes. Freaking weird tree guy. Let's see. There we go.
Question is, how much liquidity will there be on the MUSD market when it's launched? I'm planning on getting things kicked off with $100,000, so like 50,000 MUSD, 50,000 USDC.
This was when you had the cattail on your face.
Love your actually helping with the development.
Let's see.
Actually, Aaron, I think you just dropped some alpha there, because we didn't know that. 100K right into MUSD right off the bat. That's pretty bullish.
And guess how the protocol has to get that MUSD? Borrowing it.
Oh.
There's some fees for the MoonShare stakers right out of the gate.
Yep. Excellent.
Yeah, there's there's no shortcuts here, right? MUSD in existence will be backed by MSS. Doesn't matter if it's the protocol, if it's me, anybody else. Like that is the only way to get MUSD.
Wow. There's another one up there for y'all.
Staking MoonShare will earn you MUSD is the question.
Indeed, indubitably.
I'll read this. Can you talk a little more about the looping with MUSD earning MoonShare and the MoonShare earning MUSD? I know these kind of feedback loops can sometimes become unstable or unsustainable. So, I mean, I'm not a big fan of calling it like a money loop or anything like that. But I mean, it is factual how the both staking pools work, right? So your MoonShare staked is earning that 2% borrow fee on MUSD. So that's how MUSD kind of, feed into the MoonShare staking. And, when you stake MUSD in the stability pool, you earn MoonShare emissions.
I would say take profits along the whole way. Usually what happens with money loops and those types of things is that people will take those loops, literally and to heart and never sell anything and just keep everything looping in that system. But eventually that has the potential to create a bubble of some kind. And then when that bubble pops, everybody is just starting to sell all at the same time. Take profits along the way. Don't lead into that bubble. Utilize the loop, but take profits along the way. Responsible profits.
That's great advice, Mike. I think, everyone can get sort of carried away on the hype, and it's dashboard money, right? So unless you can buy something with it, unless it's in your bank account, it's not real. In that respect, it's dashboard money. So you have to cut a nice balance between, feeding your growth, but also making sure you're taking profits along the way. And I know a lot of people got caught out in the last bull market for sure, not taking enough profits. Now I can pretty much hold my hands up and say, I didn't take enough. I did very well out of it, but I didn't take enough. And, I won't make that same mistake again. Gentlemen, please continue in my absence. My son is about to go to bed and Dada has to say goodnight. So 1 minute.
All right.
Hey, that's important, man. Hey, Blue Chip Drip, man. Good to see you, man. I always appreciate your support on here.
Von
Mike,
Swan coming in with the love.
need to wear them glasses, Mike.
Mama, yeah.
Damn, mama. Absolutely.
All right, MoonShare token or buy MSS, as both will give you MUSD.
Actually,
Yeah, they will give you MUSD, but in different ways. The MoonShare token will give you MUSD in kind of like a free type of way. Just you're just generating it as a reward. MUSD comes from MSS by taking out a loan, so you will need MSS collateral in order to take out that MUSD loan. But the MUSD that you're getting from the MoonShare token, yeah, you can do anything you want with that rewarded MUSD. You can repay your loan. You can add even more to the stability pool. And actually, I had a question, Aaron. Is there any particular time frame that a user would necessarily need to pay their loan off by?
no, it's fully up to the user, right? I mean, like if the MSS price is trending down, that might be something you want to take into consideration, but there's no real timeline for it with no interest. So
Cool.
Well, as degenerate, everybody tells me this project's tokenomics are genius.
I mean, it's got a lot of liquidity. It's got tons of liquidity for the price that it's at. That's got to say something right there.
That's what, Mike?
liquidity.
Thank you. Von Swan coming back.
With scarce supply of MoonShare, what price point is to be expected with MoonShare? That really depends on how many get locked up staking and, what the buy pressure looks like when the trading pair launches. But I think it's going to be pretty bullish.
We'll whip out the crystal ball. We got it. We got to know
already, guys. It's going. Let's see. Matt's LFG guys. Timothy, high vibrations. The same regarding MoonShare.
Fantastic. That's what we're here for, man. Education. Education is going to increase participation and success all around.
Get the hashtag in, guys. We're going to do that giveaway at the end. Hashtag millions.
That one's spelled wrong, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Millionz.
Oh, good spot.
Oh,
Well spotted. Get that eye in there, James. Get that eye in there.
Food Tech. Dante, what's up, man? Good to see you.
Oh, we got someone shouting out Millionz here. Got in on day 2 off MSS thanks to Millionz. Well done.
Look, brothers, yeah. So as I always say, look, I make my journey in crypto and DeFi public, and if that brings stuff into your consciousness, then brilliant. You know, everyone's got the internet now. We can all do our own research, and if I put out something that helps you guys, it's even better for me. I love that. So you love it.
Hey, Millionz. So if you know Blue Chip Drip, you can actually hear this comment and not just read it, because he can say this his own special way. No, wait, let's see. There it is right there.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Sir.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
The big house on the big side of town.
There's Timothy with the question about big or small on your bags.
Yeah, I mean, the protocol is a great way to grow your bags, so it doesn't really matter what size they start at. Just looking through the comments here.
Exciting times.
Between that tuning in the house. Hope you're good, brother.
Crypto Neptune.
Comment is, I got into this project from Richie.
Oh, sorry.
I got into this project from Richie's first AMA on the project also. Too bad he couldn't join on today's. Well, we got some AMAs coming up with Richie. So.
Yep, next week.
Oh, yeah. Guys, that chart is looking bullish. Keep it up, guys. The chart is cranking. Them green candles are coming in. There's a lot of chatter in the Telegram, guys. People know good things are coming, and they know it's about to be go time. Yeah, it's the 15th, so 19th, right, Aaron?
Yep.
It's coming around fast. It's coming around very, very fast. So I hope you guys are preparing your MSS bags, stacking up that MSS.
Oh yeah, never have enough, man.
Delicious.
I always think.
Hold on, you just brought up a question there by Neptune.
There you go.
There we go. So we can just buy straight up MUSD? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And there will be opportunities and incentives to do so. And there will be better times and worse times to do so. So moral of the story, you have to stay plugged in, research the mechanics, become familiar with when there are good times to buy MUSD and when the better times are to sell MUSD. And I mean, if users really wanted to, you could just make a whole career out of just MUSD, just buying and trading and selling MUSD. But of course, you know, when that MUSD peg goes up, that opens the door for lots of MSSers to get in and make those profits.
Mike, you brought up the key. Stay plugged in. Research.
Oh, absolutely.
Learn about it.
Yep.
Because if you don't, your head's going to be all over the place, and it's going to be hard to grasp all this. That's Millionz. You did a good flow chart. That flow chart I did is helping. I think Max made a good one too. But just, hey guys, absorb the basic process. And if you have a deeper question, hop into the Telegram and ask us then. But just stay plugged in. That's the biggest thing.
I would say that I think every one of us, you know, everyone in the chat and even us four on here on screen, we've all been introduced to crypto along the way. But before we knew crypto, we didn't know anything about crypto. But the difference between us and people who are not necessarily in the crypto space is because we kept on seeing Bitcoin over and over, mentioned on the radio, seen on TV, on the news. And eventually we just heard it so many times. And we were saying to ourselves, oh, what's this Bitcoin thing? Digital money? Oh, that's just too complicated. I don't have any time for that. And you said that to yourself over and over again until you got to the point where you just heard it that one last time and you said to yourself, okay, you know what? I'm done being confused. I want to know more. I want to educate myself now. I want to be on the same vibe that all of these other crypto people are talking about. I want to find out what all the hype is about. And that's the same thing I think that's going to happen with MoonYield, is that there are some people who are going to say to themselves, oh, this is a little too complicated for me right now. Okay, and that's fine. but you're going to keep on hearing about it. You're going to keep on seeing videos about it. You're going to keep on seeing people mention it in the Telegram. And eventually, it only benefits you to eventually get to that spot where you're saying, okay, I'm done being confused. I want to know more about this. Now I want to understand. And I think that's what's going to happen here with MoonYield. The overall audience is just going to be hit with this so many times that they're going to be compelled to educate themselves and get involved themselves.
Aaron brought up a really good core point earlier. He said a lot of people have fully grasped the core staking protocol, and we had a lot of talks about strategy for that. But now that lending's coming into play, this just adds on to the roadmap of the strategy. And Mike, you brought up another good point earlier, is this is not the end of the book. This is only the beginning. This is simply the groundwork to add to more utility that's coming up. So, I mean, it's amazing.
I mean, I got to say, out of, you know, the team that we have that's close with Aaron and Aaron himself, like, I am always going to ask Aaron, what's next? What's next? Yeah, we have this thing coming out next week, but what's next after that? And then after that and after that, because that is really what is going to keep the community engaged, is that after one thing comes out today, we already have plans for something else to come out next week and next month and next year and so on and so forth. So we know that is what grows protocols, and we are absolutely going to implement that as much as we can and with our full hearts to keep this ecosystem going for as long as possible.
Yeah, awesome. Team that never stops working, even in a bear market, they're going to win even bigger in the next cycle. So I mean, it's not going to stop, guys.
I mean, guys, we're actually no longer even in a bear market. That's what makes this even more exciting, is that we're on the cusp of the biggest bull run that will ever be experienced, in my opinion. Yeah. So very exciting time.
The timing is beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Oh, yeah. It really is.
Oh yeah.
People don't quite understand that the alt season has not started. Yeah, we are in the very, very early stage of an alt season. There's still, if you look at even the top 50, most of them are still way under their previous all-time high. So we are in the very, very early stages of an alt season, and what an amazing time to be doing this, to be having these discussions right now, because this is where the opportunity is, you know. And we have to remember that everyone here, everyone in this stream, everyone watching, you're so early to crypto and DeFi. Right? If you go to a family barbecue, I guarantee people will look at you like you're talking about aliens or who shot JFK. If you even talk about Bitcoin, they'll think you're some kind of crazy man, you know, or woman or whatever. Just even Bitcoin, let alone starting up a MetaMask wallet or a Rabby wallet or all these different sort of things you have to do in DeFi. That is like speaking Mandarin to the average person. So we are still like ridiculously early. It's just all it is that we see the value in what is the next great asset class, which is cryptocurrency. And a lot of us who saw the value, especially during the whole, I won't say the word, but the C19 thing, when the markets were bottoming out, those that had the advanced vision were buying at those levels. You know, I mean, I had a business during that period, and the whole C19 thing completely really flattened it. And I did some really, really hard-ass jobs to get cash on the day because Bitcoin was $3,000. I wasn't going to sit at home on my hands while Bitcoin was $3,000, you know. So I did some hard-ass jobs, day in, day out, flat out for some months, buying Bitcoin at $3,000. It's because some people see the value, some people don't. Sometimes it takes longer for people to see the value in something. And, you know, there's no guarantees in crypto. You just have to have a gut feeling and follow the gut. But everyone is crazily early right now. Crazy early.
You know, a saying that I like is when in doubt, zoom out, right? Look at the chart, zoom out a little bit, and, you know, the doubt should fizzle, right?
100%. Bitcoin, greatest performing asset of all time, of all of the age, is Bitcoin. Has outperformed every other asset class in existence. And if you look at the Bitcoin halving chart, like from when it started in 2008 and where we are now in like 2024, dude, it's like, let me see, from like here This is where it started. This is where we're at, and this is where we have to go. It's just we're so early. There's so many more years to go of Bitcoin halvings, so much more scarcity to give to Bitcoin and the crypto market in general. Like, we are tremendously early indeed.
And the thing is, you didn't even have to get into Bitcoin in the first year, right? Like, you could have entered Bitcoin at any time, right? Like, if you just, again, zoom out on the chart, you see if you got in 4 years ago, you're doing absolutely insane. If you got in 8 years ago, like, even better, right? Like,
yep.
So, I mean, we're gonna be saying the same thing 4 and 8 years from now. We're gonna say, hey,
Sure.
we wish you got in at 100K. We're at 1.5 million now. We're at, whatever.
Exactly. Yep.
Like 100K is going to be the crazy low price that nobody can believe it was ever at, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
The best day to get involved in Bitcoin was obviously Bitcoin day one. The second best time to get involved is right now, today. Don't worry about it. Just buy it.
Yeah,
Once
I
it
think
clicks with you, you can never not think about it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that, with things like Bitcoin and stuff, it's a super scarce asset. It's been adopted by governments now, by countries even, and dollar cost averaging is so powerful. I mean, anyone who gets that right is normally doing pretty well. I mean, I know a lot of people are scared of things like Bitcoin right now, but it depends. If you've been DCAing the whole way through, then you could take your foot off the gas for a little while, maybe wait for the next bear market, but having exposure, I think, to the next great asset class is the most important thing, because, even if you can get your hands on, even if it's 0.1 of a Bitcoin, you're probably, I mean, who knows, but you're probably going to be a millionaire in the next decade or so. So it's probably, or thereabouts, who knows. But I know for a fact I'm planning for, my son's future. He's got one hell of a portfolio going, and he's 16 months old. So, it's just having that vision, looking ahead 10 years. I want to give him all the opportunities that I can give him. So, being this early and being, as I'm sure I can speak for the other guys in the room, being young men right now, we have many bull runs ahead of us. Hopefully, maybe not as big as this next one coming up. I really do think this is going to be one of the biggest super cycles that we see, but I could be wrong on that. But we have a lot of time, and you have to remember there's 21 million Bitcoin, but a lot of them have been lost forever on hard drives.
That's true.
Yep. So there's probably not that many more than, I don't know, 10 million, 15 million in circulation. I don't know. I think a lot of them have been lost. So
I'd say probably over 5 million's been lost. Pretty likely.
And that is what's driving the entire market. That's the sun. That is the big golden ball that drives everything. So all the time that is becoming more scarce, and obviously the altcoins can get dragged up, with that. So what a time to be getting into MSS, in my opinion. So
definitely. And I hear some crazy talk the odd time of, Bitcoin, what if it pulls back to 60K, this and that. Like, I think it's something that people don't realize is that, a pattern that's been repeating itself is that on election day, the price of Bitcoin for the last 3 elections, so prior to this election that we just had, the Bitcoin price has never, ever dropped below the price it was on election day. And this is like a 12-year trend that we're going on, right? So Bitcoin is like $68,000 to $70,000 on election day. So I think it's probably fairly safe that trend's going to continue, which means that you'll never, ever see Bitcoin under 70K ever again.
It's quite
possible. I think it's important for people to look at the pullbacks not as defects but as features of crypto. When they're pulling back, take opportunity, take advantage of those pullbacks, especially with the track record that Bitcoin has had, as we've been talking about. Like, every 4 years you're going to be higher than you were 4 years ago. Like, take that into your mind and just extrapolate that over your lifetime, essentially over the next 20 years. Very, very likely that it's going to be significantly higher than where it is today. And one really good thing to keep in mind is Bitcoin is the daddy of all cryptos. When Bitcoin goes up, it brings the entire cryptocurrency market along with it. And when it comes down, it does the same thing. So when Bitcoin is going to go up now, it's going to bring MSS, it's going to bring MoonShare up, it's going to bring all of these token assets that we're talking about. It's going to increase that appreciation as well.
Yeah, and I think
Sure.
that happens from a couple different angles, right? Like I think it's, one of them is obviously just MSS being paired with BNB and Ethereum. Just naturally it goes up with those other, paired assets going up. But I think it's also just the mentality in the bull market, right? Like guys have just made they're making a lot of money in the bull market. They're looking for more risky things to throw their money at, right? So it's, when you're in the real heart of the bull market, money's just flying everywhere, right? And it's hard to understate that, right? It's huge.
And for people who have never experienced the bull market, I think what it feels like you have the Midas touch. It feels like every single token you just happen to buy in your wallet just goes up 10, 20, 30, 40x. You'll think that you're a genius, that you're just open up your own investing school because you just hit the money on every single one of these tokens. And that's exactly what's going to happen. All of this money, trillions and trillions of dollars. Now that we have legitimacy from the president of the United States, now that we have legitimacy basically expanding worldwide, it is going to make everybody feel like they have the Midas touch this next bull market. So load up.
Well, just
Sure.
wait till all the nations are racing each other to buy Bitcoin, right? Like they realize, okay, the US is building up this treasury of Bitcoin and they see that price moving. Nations are going to get FOMO, right? Bitcoin jumps to 120K right now. You have all these nations that are going to be thinking, shit, I better buy it now before it's 150, right? And that is likely to push it to 150, right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, just so you'll know, the 24-hour price increase is now at 10.32% according to Dex Screener. So we are trending up in price, guys.
Sweet.
You may want to start grabbing your bag now because people are waking up.
13% up on base chain too.
I love that.
Excellent.
Don't forget about base.
Yep.
Absolutely love that. Yeah, the opportunities are here right now. That we are in a very incredible time right now. I think you're going to feel, as Mike said, you're going to feel like a genius. You could probably throw a dart at a list of cryptos right now in the top 100, and probably make money on any of them because we're in that kind of zone. That's how things are working.
What was that?
As long as it's not a stable coin.
There you go.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. So it's not going to take much, I don't think, but people are going to feel real smart real soon. Everything's kind of linked to, astrology to some. I know some people might think this is too woo-woo, but if you imagine just the terminology of even the markets, it's all based around water, isn't it? Cash flow, bail-ins, bailouts, liquidity, banks, the river banks. It's all, and you'll be able to think, once you start thinking about this, you're going to be able to think about a lot of different examples. All of the money streams, cash flow, stream of income, it's all based around water, and the tides come in, the tides go out. It's by design. It has to be that way. So every time the tide goes out, I'm buying, and it's just how it is. That's where the opportunities are. I can't understand people that like buying green candles. It baffles me, truly baffles me. Yeah. I don't think
what you just brought up is actually the whole concept behind my profile picture that I've had for years, and I don't think I'm ever going to change it now because it's just like kind of become my brand. But it's me in water as a symbolism for being in the flow. For being in that water, what we're all chasing after, what we're all hoping to accomplish here for that income, that generational wealth. You got to imagine yourself in it in order to bring yourself to that.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know.
Thank you, McFurley.
This bull market's going to be so crazy. Maybe even USDT will moon. Let's see.
Hey guys, we're at 76 entries for the giveaway, and there's 131 people watching. Hashtag Millionz.
Hashtag Millionz. Get yourself in there. We've got $600 worth of MSS being given away, guys. This is massive. So if you haven't dropped in hashtag Millionz yet in the comments, I suggest to do it pretty soon.
Last thing I'll say about just the general markets, and we can get back to MSS. But I saw late on Friday after the markets closed that MicroStrategy got accepted into the NASDAQ 100, which is going to take effect on December 23rd, I believe.
Yeah.
So that is going to be crazy bullish.
they own 2% of the supply of Bitcoin now.
Yeah, probably be a lot higher by the time another year or two passes. I think
he always seems to buy the local tops as well, and you know, and they're still in this position because every time they buy a local top of work goes higher eventually, doesn't it? So,
yep.
All right,
just having a quick look
pull
through
a
the
few comments here.
Looking forward to lending. I was a newbie in MSS and got in late, but now I can't wait for lending to support the protocol. Yeah, can't wait. So taking profit in MUSD is like the shares token from a tomb fork. I'd say MoonShare is a lot more similar to like the share token from a tomb fork. MUSD would be, you know, kind of the equivalent of the peg token in a tomb fork, although the peg mechanics are all completely different. Like we have hard peg mechanics instead of it just being algorithmically designed to keep peg, which, you know, as we've all seen, anyone that's been involved in a lot of tomb forks like myself, you know, you get a fairly often or almost always you get a death spiral on the peg. But if you look at LUSD, it has a very stable peg. So yeah, different mechanics for peg, but yeah, that's a better comparison. Wise Degenerate says, I'd love to hear more about what we need to be doing to help the project growth over anything else, even if it means less profit for the short term. Oh, really appreciate that mentality. I think that as a protocol, though, we have to always guide our users in what's not only best for the protocol, but best for themselves as well. Because, you know, if we tell people to do something that's best for the protocol, but it's second best for the users, you're going to have, you know, maybe half the people doing it and the other half are going to be doing what's best for themselves. And then you have, you know, some guys are benefiting more than others. So I think everything needs to be designed in a way that it's good for the protocol, but it's also the best thing for the user to be doing financially. So that's what we've been keeping in mind while designing things.
Love that.
That question we already grabbed. This will be the first time I've ever been able to take out a loan. That's funny.
Shout out to you.
Don't discriminate. You're welcome, Martin. I'm glad you're getting value from it, brother.
I can say what caught my eye from making sure not to miss today's AMA was the mention of drip.
Shout out to Richie there.
Yep.
That's a good question. It's going to reach all the simulcasts that we're doing today, so it's going to be across the board. Blue chip drip in the house.
MSS to lending for MUSD, then you can pocket the MUSD or deposit in the stability pool and earn MoonShare to repay loan. Can you take a percentage in rewards and a percentage to repay loan? Yeah, so this is a good question. Let's leave that up on the screen for a sec. So definitely, right? So like if you look at MoonShare staking, you're going to largely be earning MUSD. With that MUSD, if you do have a loan, you can definitely use any percentage of that you like. So when you claim out your rewards, you can take as much or as little of that as you want to repay your loan, or you can deposit that to the stability pool. Or what I'd suggest doing is looking at the peg. Are we over peg? Sell it, right? It's like if you can get $1.50 for $1, take it every time, right? If we're under peg, definitely don't even, it's not worth considering selling because then you're just, you know, kind of shortchanging yourself. But yeah, no, you can definitely take whichever percentage you want for paying back your loan. That's a good thing to look at, right? Because it makes your position safer. So yeah, definitely a great idea.
Megan?
Surely times millions before you know it, there's 21.
Very true.
I believe that now because I've got to say, people tell you before you become a dad that things move really quickly and time goes really fast, and you never truly take that on board until you become a father, and then you realize that in a blink of an eye, he's 16 months old. It's like, where the hell did that last 16 months go? Why haven't I slept in 16 months? You know, it's just like these things that you only kind of realize when you're in it, when you're amongst it. But it's one of the biggest blessings I believe is possible. So for sure, I'm taking advantage of every single day, and that's why I show gratitude every single day for my family and for my situation and for the sacrifices my parents made, you know, coming from very poor backgrounds to build themselves up to something to give me a platform to work from, and to just showing that gratitude on a daily basis. So yes, I'm very present. I'm very present every single day because I can be, and much of that is down to decisions made within crypto and DeFi. So everyday gratitude. But yeah, very solid point, John Timothy.
And they're just changing at such a rapid pace at that age. So it's just such a great time to be fully involved.
Really?
Yeah.
So
now
true.
mine are 19, 17, and 6. And the 2 oldest eat me out of house and home, but I love them to death.
Yeah.
Comment or question is, damn, I swapped all my BNB for MSS. Now I need more to buy MoonShare in round 2, but not mad. Made about 1K in MSS profit. Yeah, I mean, I think just loading up on MSS at this price is a no-brainer, just to not only for the price appreciation, but also just to be ready for lending.
Yeah, absolute no-brainer.
So I don't think that was a bad move at all.
Shout out from Portugal.
There is nothing that would be able to postpone the 19th well. I'm not sure really what that means. We can buy MoonShare before the launch. When would that be? Yep, so trading is going to open up 24 hours prior to lending launching. Anyone that wasn't maybe following, we originally said it was going to be 12 hours, but because we want to make we want to really hype the launch of MoonShare trading. And of course, we need to really hype the launch of lending. So because of that, if there was only a 12-hour gap between the two, it would have been really difficult to have a time that would have, been ideal for everybody, right? A lot of our users would have been sleeping during one or the other. So we decided to go 24 hours ahead of time.
Somebody's feeling bullish. They just dropped almost $3,000 in the protocol. We are now up to 12.62% over 24 hours.
Gotta love
Hey
it.
guys,
Big.
people
That's big.
fill them bags, guys. Wow. Oh wow. Let's see here.
I mean, I'm actually kind of concerned that on that 24-hour period, there's not going to be any trading of MoonShare. Everybody's just going to be holding. Like, who is going to want to sell this MoonShare token, knowing that it's going to be so scarce with that fixed supply? I think the chart's just going to be super boring. It's just going to be a big ass green candle, and that's it. Nobody's going to sell.
Well, I mean, considering how fast the pre-sale sold out, I think there's going to be a lot of buying action on it. So,
yeah.
I mean, in 6 minutes, 6 to 9 minutes, I think it was over, wasn't it? So I'm sure there's still quite a few people sitting on the sidelines waiting to get in. And obviously, if they see the slightest opportunity, then I'm sure it's going to be game on. I mean, there's always going to be some people that maybe will sell if they don't quite understand. They just heard there was a pre-sale, they got involved, and maybe they don't quite understand it. But I kind of feel if they do sell and it does open up an opportunity, people are just going to snap it up anyway.
Yeah.
Here's another good question, Aaron. Minimum loan is 100 MUSD, correct?
Yep, that's accurate. Anyone that wants to get involved with the stability pool with less than 100 MUSD, your option is going to be to swap for it. So it's not like you can't get involved if you don't want to do 100, but yeah, in terms of getting a loan, that's the minimum.
All right. Categories too.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Cat's bullish.
That's a good sign.
Matt, just hanging out, trying to learn something, man. Thank you for stopping by, LCM. Let's see.
Hey.
Let's see. Here we go. MSS keeps spitting 1% take home. It's printing me money. Hey, whatever works best for you, like we encouraged the other night. All right. Dark Journey. Thanks, guys, for this opportunity with a solid platform team. We appreciate it. Here's another good one.
Can we lock up MSS before lending starts as well for MUSD? No, so that aspect is going to launch right when the protocol launches.
Okay, good. Take notes of that, guys, just so you'll be able to develop your strategy accordingly.
One reason to stay locked in is because the dev and team are too. Yes, sir.
100%.
Good day, everyone.
Good day.
What up,
man.
Crypto Night?
I think it's actually even higher now.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Jumped up another $250 since you wrote that.
All right,
Is it getting
base
pricey?
users, you're catching up to B&B. Let's see who can do it. We just got a $300 buy, a $100 and a $900 buy. Then the past yeah, buys are coming in. So here we go. All right, let's see.
Got to comment the cat in rhythm with the music and sounds very bullish.
Yes.
Oh
Like
yeah,
a
and what do you guys
sampler.
think of this? Yeah, what do you guys think of this little tune we got going on? Much better having some music in the background, huh? Just a little
Yeah.
jam session.
Nice, man.
Very-
It's
Very relaxing. I like it.
chilled me
Shout out
right
to you,
out.
Mike.
I feel like I've
Yeah.
smoked something. I'm proper chill.
Hey, there's trees behind me, sir. Don't take
I
that for
see.
good, but you know. I'll never forget one of the first times I got on Reddit. I was, of course, looking for trees, and I didn't hit the right tree chat. I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to step on back out the door.
That's funny.
I love your theme, Millions. That you always have this kind of tropical Miami Vice theme thing going on with the pink and blue and the palm trees.
Right?
I took that
Right?
into account when I was creating the promo image for this. I'm like, he's probably going to want that Miami Vice vibe, so let me go with that.
You know me too well. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
that means you gotta
talking Miami
come down to-
Vice.
yeah. That means
Okay.
you got to come down to Miami, man. Hit me up.
I have to, bro. You know, I've been on that coast, but in Mexico, so I've not been up to
Right.
Miami yet. Yeah, I've not been there, so I need to come and visit, see these palm trees. You know,
Absolutely.
see some Miami palm trees. But I've got that. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have got that nostalgia for the Vice City, GTA Vice City.
Oh,
You know,
GTA.
that's so. Yeah, oh, man, yeah, I just love that.
Actually,
I love that
it's
sort of
really
stuff.
funny. I have a lot of I do like a lot of photography for tourists that just happen to like come down to South Florida, and I had somebody who had never been to South Florida or Miami ever in their life. They were from India, but they had played GTA Vice City, and they knew everything about Miami. They knew all the streets. They're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that hotel is, and I'm familiar with Fisher Island right over here. He knew everything, yet he had never been there.
That is
That's
crazy.
That's
Wow.
powerful.
Wise degenerate. The bull run hasn't even started. Crypto is going to be huge in 2025. Yes, sir. That
Yep.
is correct. Dante, buckle up, buttercups. We're going to feel doity, straight up doity with how much money we're going to make.
Let's go. There's
Filthy.
a question here by Shab Kanal that I think we should address
Where is
here.
that? What timestamp is it?
216.
All right, so I'm going to go to 116 since I'm the weird guy.
Yeah, he's basically just asking a question like
I
MoonYield
can pull
won't.
it up. I see it. First, I'll answer this one real quick. Why is the cat mad? Cat is in heat.
Oh man, that's tricky.
And here's the other. Is this the question you're talking about, Mike?
Yeah.
So the
So
question is,
MoonYield won't bury MSS? Question mark. I don't see how. I mean, we've just exploded the potential opportunities for MSS. I mean, the extent of MSS's potential was limited to the staking platform before, but now we have just added a whole series of extra features where you can utilize the MSS token and where you can use this token to generate extra rewards in another token that when you sell it, it's not going to affect MSS whatsoever. So I think this is a full positive on all notes for the MSS token and the MSS community.
well, I think the biggest point to make there is that every single MUSD in existence will be backed by minimum 130% value in MSS. So it's actually impossible for MoonYield to be successful without really pushing MSS up, right? Like it's not possible. So,
You hear that,
even-
guys? You're
if
going to
you
need
have
a
no-
lot of MSS.
So even if you have no plans of participating in lending, you know, if you're just in the core MSS protocol, you should really be hoping that MoonYield takes off as much as possible, right? Because that's just going to put so much demand on MSS, you know, more demand than we even currently have right now with our core staking protocol, right? Like the demand on MSS can be, and I believe will be, astronomical.
Yeah, and I mean, Aaron just kind of filled us all in. He's going to be adding around 100K liquidity to that MUSD. So right off the bat, that's an extra 100K that you guys are going to have access to utilizing the MSS token. In addition, he's also going to be doing it for MoonShare as well. So that's just money on the table, guys. You know, feel free to take it. If you don't want to take it, that's fine. But people who understand this protocol are going to be stacking up their MSS as much as they can to be able to allocating as many of those rewards as we possibly can. If there's money on the table, I'm going to take some.
200K liquidity? Are you serious? That's a whole lot of BNB. Wow. That's really awesome.
That's pretty sweet.
All right, let's see. This is a good comment. Glad to see this was coming up today. I'm also glad to have more channels that I can sub to that talk about MSS. I haven't joined Crypto Cuban's channel yet, but I know after hearing things, he will after hearing things he talks about. So yeah, guys, today you're seeing all of us. We're broadcasting on multiple YouTube channels today at the same time. The community's asked for it, so we're trying to reach out and get out there more. So like when Millionz comes on, or if you're an influencer and you're bullish on MSS and we know you, hey, come on board. Let's get you on here. Let's do a simulcast. Let's get it out there. And it only make, oh man, we just got a $5,000 buy on MSS in now. Oh man, we're up to 15.83% on the Binance side in 24 hours.
People are waking up to the opportunity, right?
Wow.
It's getting spicy.
Again, like even with that buy, we're still at 865K market cap on BNB chain. Like I think that we're likely to lock up that much money of MSS on day one, right? So again, do the math on that. The MSS price has to be a lot higher for that to happen.
Oh my God. Man, as I told you, that clean head's gonna bring good luck to this stream, man. I told you.
Smooth as a baby's bum today.
Yes. Let's see. There was another one in here.
Xtoshi has a question there.
What time is it? I don't see it
right now.
There it is.
Is the new token MoonShare or MoonYield? What's the difference? I'll take this one. MoonYield is the protocol. MoonShare is like the share token of the protocol. So the token is actually called MoonShare. So, I mean, basically MoonShare is the MoonYield token, I guess you could say. Obviously, there's the MUSD stablecoin as well. But in terms of like the token that kind of represents like the health and the protocol itself, I'd say MoonShare is that token.
I got the chart zoomed in, man. That monitor that green candle about knocked the top out of my monitor. It came up so big. Sorry, I can't do my Ric Flair thing on here, so it's okay. Let's see. Looking for a couple more questions, man. Man, thank God you guys are putting in the live stream again, guys. We're at 144 viewers, and we've got 90 entered for the giveaway. So y'all be sure to get that hashtag in.
Let's get it up to at least 100, guys. Yeah, I think we're getting close.
Let's draw it once we get to 100.
Yeah, so 10 more to go, guys. If you want to get on $600 worth of MSS, get it in there. Get it in there quick.
Guys, this could be a massive opportunity. Right now, at today's prices,
we're sending
$600. Yeah.
That's wild, dude. What a gift that is. $600 in MSS right now when we're launching the I mean, that's guaranteed profit on top profit right there.
All right, guys, I'm gonna
enter. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm going in too. And if I get it, I'll give it back away again. There we go. I just entered.
I'm in.
I'm going to enter and then I'm going to give it away if
yeah, I'll give it away as well
to someone in my community if I get it.
All right, guys, nine more slots, and then we're going in. Clax, you out there, man? Come on, Clax, get in on this giveaway, man.
Oh, we got a good
We're getting close, guys. We're getting close.
Question is, which video is best to watch that goes through the lending protocol step by step in layman terms, looking for a shareable, easy to consume content for normies? That's a good question.
Come see me, man. Tree guy with the everyday terms.
Yeah, there's some great videos to choose from.
Yeah. We might want to chop one up just so that we have something that's like fairly short that can kind of just, well, I don't know if that's possible to explain everything in a short video, but yeah, maybe we should chop something up and see if we can produce that. Or
yeah, like a 10-minute video. 10 minutes is super easy to consume that sort of just highlights each step nice and quickly. You know, sounds
Yeah.
like a really good idea to me.
So yeah, we'll make sure we have something like that before launch. How many entries we got there?
We must
We
be
got
getting
94,
close.
6 more to go, but they're coming in.
6 more. Let's go.
And guys, remember, it doesn't make any difference if you do it 2 or 3 times. It doesn't count.
Right.
It only counts
One
if you do
entry
it
max.
once. Yep.
Aaron, please bring up the test MoonYield. Need to see the hype on the APR. Okay, it's gonna take me a second to get it set up, but
Millions, have you seen this?
Is that the thing that was on the last AMA?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah, I did see that. I was like,
Are you wearing socks right now?
are they going to get blown off? Should I just take them
Yes.
off now?
Yes. Grab your cookie and take your socks off.
That sounds dodgy, but yeah, okay.
Guys, we just got another buy on MSS. That one is 45 seconds to go, $3,891. Someone just snagged 141,000 MSS. We are now up
That's
to
a score.
18.22% for 24 hours. Holy hell, guys.
That's
Is
a
the
score
FOMO
right
kicking in or what?
Yep.
Hey, guys.
Seeing it live on
Feels it.
stream. Live on stream, we're seeing the FOMO start. I love that.
Let me
Love
pull
it.
this up. Hang on.
I'm gonna share my screen anyways for the. I'll get it.
Go ahead. I'll watch the giveaway tool while you share it, Aaron.
There's the MSS chart.
Yeah,
Oh, that
keep
is
that bad
pretty
boy
right
up.
there. That is pretty.
And I believe this is what everybody was asking for me to show.
Yes.
Nice.
So, I mean, I just set this up super quick. This is the demo front end, but I mean, you can see here that stability pool, I just threw 10,000 MUSD in, and it's, you know, again, these APRs it's based on the LQTY price just in this demo front end, but yeah, it's gonna be way up there for us as well. So I don't have like a full demo setup like I had last time where I had like numerous accounts that all had troves, but I just opened this up real quick.
And of course, the APR that's going to be on MoonYield is going to be a product of several different types of, different data and different numbers that go into that. But it's definitely going to be up there.
Well, smart money's flowing in. Let's keep it going.
That's a serious green candle right there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get this up there. 95.
Oh, we can get those 5 more. Let's do it.
Guys, 5 more. Hashtag millions in the comments, and we can start this giveaway. Let's do it. There's definitely enough people watching, so drop your hashtag millions in the comments. This is a massive opportunity. $600 worth of MSS about to be given away liquid.
So question is, will MoonYield have its own website or be another tab on the current website? We'll definitely have links to it on the current MSS website, but it will have its own independent website, moonyield.app, which right now it goes to the docs, but that'll be the home of the actual app as well.
Will people be able to buy the MoonShare token on the MoonYield website, or will they have to buy it via PCS or Sushi Swap or something?
I'd say at the very beginning, likely it'll be on the actual PCS site. If that's something if that's a feature that people are looking for, we can definitely add that into the MoonYield site after.
Okay.
Mike, there was a couple of questions if the white paper was final. Is that final, or are you going to do any more edits to it?
I mean, that's an ever changing white paper there, updating as the info comes along. As soon as we have any data that's 100% confirmed, I just toss it in there and update that as it goes along. So you'll see all the new info will be populating into that as the days go by.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a work in progress, right? Like we have new features on lending that are going to be coming out after lending launches, like the LP bonding. So that's going to need a space in the white paper, in the docs. So
Yeah, guys. So we already have another feature that's already in the works for after lending. We're already working on what's next, you know, what the next thing is. And that's going to be the LP bonding feature, which is just going to be super, super, super bullish. Cannot wait for that. And just so people understand just a little bit of what that is, a typical LP position, when a user takes their LP to farm, they're able to deposit their LP. They farm off of facilitating trades between two tokens. And in order to facilitate those trades, the user gets rewards from that. And then the user can just withdraw that LP position and go about their day. This is going to work similarly, but the only difference is going to be that a user is essentially going to sell their LP position to the platform. So they won't be able to withdraw it, but in exchange for selling your LP liquidity, you will be then given a steady stream of MoonShare tokens. And we've all been talking about how scarce those MoonShare tokens are. 80% of that supply is going to be reserved just for reward emissions. So MoonShare is going to be a very hot commodity.
3 more entries, guys. Get it in there. $600 right into your pocket to get ready for lending.
Question here. So basically I can use 10,000 as collateral and borrow 7,000 of MUSD. Would this be considered a safe loan? I'm a newbie, but I'm learning. You guys are the best. Yeah. So, I mean, you definitely could borrow 7,000 with 10,000 collateral. How safe would that be? So the minimum on that would be 2,100. I mean, that it wouldn't be like crazy safe. It would be a little bit over the minimums. Yeah, I mean, I'd say if you want to go really safe on 10,000 collateral, you'd borrow more like 5,000 MUSD.
Yeah.
But I mean, I also think that the MSS price is going to be trending up, especially, you know, with lending launch. So if you take that into consideration, then you can kind of lower that safety threshold a little bit. So a lot depends on what you think is going to happen with the MSS price. It looks like we're stuck at 97, boys.
97.
Ready?
All right.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Come on, Crypto Aaron. Just kidding.
Oh,
not a well.
nice.
Back to well. Congratulations, brother.
Congrats, man.
That's freaking awesome.
Yep. Get your wallet address to me and I'll get those tokens sent out to you. Congratulations.
Excellent, dude.
Although I better send it soon because the way the price is going, you're going to keep getting less and less MSS the longer I wait.
You got to get some bang for your buck right now when you can.
Yeah. Guys, stack them bags, man. There's no telling how many of these buys are going to. I will never forget it was a Saturday when we shot straight through 8 cents the last time. I was eating breakfast and I had 3 phone calls. 3 people were like, hey, you need to look at the price. I was like, what are you talking about? That's when we were like at 12.5 cents. And then it just took off from there again. It's like you're getting those vibes again. It's like, oh my gosh. And now with this utility coming up to where you can lock it away. Wow. Is that all I got to say?
Yep.
When some, you know, the lower market cap stuff, it can move aggressive and it can move very, very fast. And that's part of the excitement, of course. But having somewhere now we can throw out MSS, lock all that stuff away. It's going to be one hell of a ride, I think. Cannot wait.
I mean, with our big liquidity, the price is going to take a little bit of buy pressure to really moon, but yeah, you know, sure. I think that's still a feature of MSS. So
absolutely. I just want to say, I've had a freaking great time on this stream. It's been absolutely superb. I did want to ask each of you, is there something quick that you can highlight that we haven't discussed in this that you think is like important for everyone to know as we're like literally 3 days from lending right now? Is there something that's been on your mind thinking, oh, I need to bring it up, but you haven't had a chance to bring it up yet? Is there something you want to just put out to everyone, you know, before we start to wrap up?
First, before I get into it, I just want to say Millionz, thanks a lot for hosting us and for doing this AMA with us. It's like you said, it's been a lot of fun, and you know, obviously, the reception's been great. Look at the MSS chart, so thanks so much for that. In terms of MoonYield, yeah, I think that, you know, the peg is going to be a little bit volatile at first. So I know I keep bringing this up, but I think that's the one thing that I want to stress is that, before you're buying or selling MUSD, just take a quick look at that peg. And I'd say, if it's within 10% of peg, then you can kind of do whatever you feel like doing. It doesn't make a huge difference. But if it's more than 10% off, so let's say under 90 cents or over $1.10, you're going to want to take that into consideration before you're swapping MUSD. So again, if it's like over $1.10, you're going to want to be on the sell side of MUSD. You're not going to want to buy it when it's over peg, and vice versa for if it's below. But yeah, if it's within 10% either side, then just do it. Do whatever we're going to do anyways.
Mm-hmm. Mike, is there anything that was on your mind that you want to kind of just put out there? Because we are very, very close now. The big day's coming. We're only a few days away. So is there anything that's been on your mind that you want to put out there?
Man, I try to, the moment a thought enters my mind, I just try to get it out there. I don't really hold on to anything too long. Like the moment something just enters my mind space, I just let everybody know about it. The only thing I would really say is just to follow up on what Aaron was saying there, keep your eye on the MUSD peg, and when it goes below, buy it. When it goes above, you can sell it, but when it goes above, it's more of an opportunity for you to come in with MSS to take out that loan. Just remember that. The higher that peg goes, the greater the opportunity for MSSers to make some serious profits on there. But man, this whole platform is engineered, it is structured, it is coded to not only provide a utility for the underlying asset, but also price appreciation. So buckle up, guys. It's going to be just so fun to watch. It's really exciting being on the precipice of something just completely new for an ROI DApp. This has never been done before, as we've been saying, so it's kind of an experiment in a way. But I think the potential is really there for this thing to lock up a ton of MSS and give the community a ton of utility and profits and gains, because that's why we're all here for.
Absolutely. Yeah, spot on. I know for one, I'm going to be locking up thousands of MSS for sure. I've got a stack that's building as we speak, and I'm literally just not doing anything, nothing at all whatsoever for the next few days, and I'm just ready to get that straight into the lending protocol. Cannot wait. Peter, anything on your mind, my friend? I know you've always, you guys have been working so hard the last couple of weeks and putting out so much information, but is there anything particularly on this stream, apart from look at the chart, guys, because we are up like 24 point something %.
Oh my, sorry.
Absolutely insane. This is amazing.
Man, I think my monitor warranty is going to get voided. Another candle just knocked the plastic off the top of it. No, the biggest thing, Millions, is be prepared, strategize for this, because there's a diagram that I've sent to you and I've sent to everybody else, and props to Miyagi in the Telegram for the inspiration of the 7-day plan. It's a rinse and repeat type plan to where you have a goal of how much you want to take out, and it's where it's a sustainability plan to where you take your loan, and on this you put some back in the protocol, and then the other part of it goes through the loop. But the key to it is it's just like your everyday budget. Make sure you plan out of how you're going to walk your path in the protocol. Really and truly.
Love that. Absolutely love it. Do you want to have a quick look through the comments? See if there's anything that stands out.
Got a holy moly guacamole from DeFi to Wealth.
Well, absolutely.
Congratulations.
That was a cracking win, my friend.
Hey guys, if we didn't catch your comment and you really want an answer, drop it in below so we can we want to get everybody's questions answered.
Just got a nice buy on base chain side of things, which it's great to see. It's the community's. I've noticed the last couple of months, when one price is deviating from the other, we start getting the buys on the cheaper one, and it's great. It is great to see that, because that's how everything was intended to work. So, with those,
base chain is just a tiny bit cheaper than BSC right now, right?
Yeah, I was just talking more in terms of the MSS price, right? Like, so if
right,
so now the MSS price on base chain is almost caught up to BNB chain, but prior to that 3K buy, it was like, I don't know, 15 or 20% cheaper there. So
okay.
Base is catching up now. No, there's another buy. Oh my God, there's another big green candle. Oh, look at that candle.
So if anyone's not familiar with what I'm
witnessing.
talking about, it's just take a quick look at our website. If you're looking to buy, just to see, maybe there's a price. Our community does a great job keeping the prices in line, but the odd time you'll have an opportunity to buy it cheaper on one chain or the other. And of course, you can use our bridge, which is almost free to move your MSS to the chain that you prefer.
Just looking through and see if we can see any more questions here. Guys, it really has been an absolute pleasure chatting tonight. I mean, I could probably go on chatting all night about MSS.
Here's a good
There's
one.
so much to talk about.
Didn't we do this earlier?
Yeah, already grabbed that one.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I just got Crypto Knight's wallet address, so right after this AMA, I'll be sure to send out that awesome reward. Congrats again.
Let me hold some MSS Crypto Night.
Well, gents, we can probably wrap it up there. Unless there's any last minute things you want to say. I've had just a phenomenal time chatting with like-minded people. It's very hard for me to find in real life people to talk about crypto to. So it is always nice to get on a stream with other guys that love to chat about digital currency, MSS, and everything in between. And I want to give a huge shout out to everyone that's been watching. We've had a great turnout on the stream tonight. It's been quite humbling, and thank you for all the amazing questions you've dropped in there as well. I mean, I'm learning every day as well. Thank you to these three gentlemen that I'm on the stream with tonight. They've done a lot of work. They've done so much time and effort educating. So I want to thank you guys for the effort you've been putting in, and for educating everyone on this phenomenal protocol. And it's great to see, since we've been on stream, 25% gains. What an evening it's been. So what evening for me? You guys, I think it's probably daytime for you guys, but
yeah, afternoon.
Yeah,
it's been great, and thanks to all the communities that are tuned in and watching. And I can echo those same statement that you said. Right, it's most people I talk to about crypto, that's kind of all I talk about. So they just don't want to hear it anymore. So it's great to be on with other guys that are into it as well, where I can talk about it without being told to shut up. So.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys know anyone in real life that wants to talk about crypto? Have you got any friends in real life? I mean, I haven't got any friends, pretty much, but have you got any friends in real life that want to talk about crypto?
I think there's two categories of people I talk to. One that will tolerate me talking about crypto, and the other ones that won't even tolerate it, right? It's like no one really wants to talk crypto with me, but some of them will just let me talk. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. No, don't really have anyone that wants to really talk crypto in real life.
No.
Got a buddy of mine in my hometown. We talk about it quite often.
You're lucky, man. You're lucky.
Yeah.
My brother calls me up sometimes and wants to talk about it, but only normally when Bitcoin hits a new all-time high. He'll drop me a message and say, I mean, Mike, I'm not sure if he's watching this stream. He's probably not watching this stream, but he normally contacts me and says, what should I buy? Should I buy Bitcoin? It's like, bro, Bitcoin's like 100K now. I was telling you to buy it at 3K and 5K, but
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty lucky here in South Florida, in Miami. Miami is actually very, very crypto aware. You can pay your real estate taxes in Bitcoin. Miami, you can pay any sort of fees you owe to the city. You can pay them in Bitcoin. If you go down to an area called Wynwood, down in South Florida, every crypto startup is focused in that little area. It's called Wynwood, and it's just so forward thinking, filled with people who are innovators in the space. Definitely, man, if you're into crypto, Wynwood is one place to go where you can definitely talk about crypto to every person around you. You can throw a dead cat somewhere and talk to that person about crypto all you want, and they will be interested in it. So it's
cool.
really, yeah, it is really cool to see. It's a melting pot for a lot of innovative minds, and crypto is definitely a future, and there's a lot of people here that understand that and contribute to that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. The only experience I've had with that lately is, a lot of you guys know, I spend a fair portion of the year in Mexico, normally up to half the year in Mexico, and we've got some friends in Zihuatanejo on the Pacific coast, you know, a bit further down from Miami, and there's a crypto community there, and some friends of mine put me in touch with them when I was down there last month, and it was really nice. We had this. My friend has my friends have a casa there, nice big sort of 4-bedroom house, not far from the beach. And we had a crypto meeting there. So a lot of the people there were involved in like Pulse Chain and stuff, and everyone come over, they'll bring food, they bring drink, we sit around for the afternoon in the sun and talk about crypto. And I was like, am I dreaming this? Is this actually a real thing? Am I like a hologram on a live stream? Is this actually real right now? And it was really nice. It was really nice to sit around and have a coffee and talk to real life people about crypto, Pulse Chain, and that sort of stuff. And I sort of dropped in a few things about MSS as well. And them guys are following my channel now. So, you know, obviously they're going to have the opportunity to look into MSS as well. So it's nice to actually network in real life sometimes, as opposed to always doing everything online. So, yeah, it was really cool. It was not what I'm used to. You know, where I live in London, there's not really much of a crypto community particularly. Well, not that I know of, unless they're not telling me about it, unless I'm not invited. But yeah, it was cool. Really, really cool.
Man, every revolution that has ever come about within the human civilization always starts with a small group of innovators, a small group of forward thinkers. And usually those concepts that those revolutionaries are bringing up are things that the majority of people are going to think are crazy, you know, way out of line. Oh, you're insane for thinking that's going to happen. But it just slowly builds up until people realize like, oh, wow, these guys were geniuses the whole time. But for all those years beforehand, they just thought you were morons. But wow, now they're geniuses. It's crazy how that happens. And I think that's exactly, you know, the same thing right now with crypto.
For sure. And part of that is why I don't understand the, I don't know, maybe the best word for it is tribalism in crypto. Like the people sort of want to FUD on other projects and hate on other projects. But when you zoom out, as Aaron would say, we're part of this, like a very, very tiny percentage of the human race that's involved in this sort of, you know, visionary, this next great asset class. And, you know, I want everyone to win. I know not everyone can win. I know that's not possible, but I genuinely, sincerely want everyone in this space to win, myself included, because, you know, there's not enough people in crypto to be divided, but some people just are obsessed with being divided, obsessed with tribalism, and it really doesn't make a great deal of sense to me. You know, we are technically all part of the same team, just fragmented into whatever we choose personally to invest in. But yeah, I'm all for all ships rising together, and you know, but not everyone thinks that way. It's bizarre.
Oh, very well said. I think that's a great point. You know, we should all be fighting for that same goal. Instead of, you know, making enemies, we should be making friends, right?
For sure,
right.
For sure. Collaboration, you know, always wins, always beats competition.
Powerful collab today, guys. Great job.
Well, with all this talk about cats, I'm gonna get my cat and show you guys, but then maybe we can conclude the stream after.
I think Mr. Wookums has just joined me in the room, but I think he's on his. Yeah. Wookums, come.
Whoa, that's a cool looking cat.
My big boy.
Very cool. Very cool. Very bullish as well. Very, very bullish tonight.
He's very bullish on MoonYield.
It's kind of funny, Aaron. Like he jumps off your right shoulder and like disappears off that side of the screen.
On the huge cat tree. Yeah.
Oh.
What a chill guy.
That's a cool cat. Awesome. That's a cool cat.
Huge, like 15 pounds.
Wow.
What kind of cat is that?
It's a Bengal. I know because he always goes on the scale in my washroom. I'll just sit on the scale and weigh himself for me. So.
Mr. Wookums doesn't want to be on the stream. He's just said he's too chill. His portfolio's pumping. He don't need to say anything tonight. He's fine.
Excellent.
All right, guys. Well, great stream. Had a lot of fun.
Absolutely phenomenal. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, guys. This was great. Let's definitely on to the next one, whenever that's going to be next week.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Forget,
I'll be 100% tuning in.
Don't forget, guys, any channel that supports MSS, support it. That means like, subscribe, watch their content all the way to the end. Warriors, Dow, Millionz, Crypto Arborist, MSS, all of them. Make sure you subscribe everywhere.
Yep, I'm going to leave everyone's links to everyone's channels in once this is over, and I go back and on the back end of the video, I'm going to put in the description everyone's YouTube channels so we can all support each other. Everyone can grow, as we were saying before.
He's like, what?
Trying to dev.
Our views have suddenly gone up. You bring the cat on.
Yeah, they just skyrocketed right there with the cat.
Yes.
Sitting there.
He's like, what are you doing? Oh, I see the cat tree now. Okay, now I understand where he disappears to.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, great stream. Looking forward to the next one. And thanks for everybody for tuning in here. You know, we do this for you. We do this for the community. And we want everybody to win here. So that's why we do this. In order to educate people, that's going to give them the best opportunity to win. And that's why we're here.
100%. Well said. Well said, Mike. Right. Let's wrap this up then, gentlemen. We've done almost 2 hours. I could probably definitely go on for longer, but I know you guys are busy guys as well, so you've got stuff to do. So thank you again. Thank you to everyone who's been tuning in, to bringing the awesome vibes in the comments. The comments have just been busting all night. It's been phenomenal. And looking forward to watching the next one, gents.
Yep.
Sounds great.
Peace out, guys.
Exciting times ahead.
Peace out.
Thanks again for everyone that joined, everyone that watched. It was a lot of fun. See you guys in the communities.
Cheers, guys.